Hey guys, welcome to Coffee in Conversation. So, listen, this week, first, let me take a sip. Love a good cup of coffee. So this week is all about just me just talking freely, I guess, as I normally do. Like I said, this is just my time for me to kind of like just dump all my feelings out and kind of talk about what I'm feeling. So I had a good week this week. I learned a lot in terms of like trying to be more vulnerable. You know what I mean? Really more into telling my story, understanding my why. So I took this boot camp called Speak Up by Media Mastery. And it's all about confidence building and pushing past imposter syndrome, being a better public speaker and speaking more publicly and being able to book yourselves like on podcasts and different media outlets just to tell your brand story or just to tell your story because there's a story behind why you do everything, right? And so I've been really getting more into understanding my story, understanding my why behind why I started launching this Shawnee Sandal brand, why I even have this video channel, right? Why I have this channel on YouTube. What am I doing coffees and conversations for? And it's just really an outlet for me to share things that I'm feeling and being vulnerable. I feel like this is what coffee and conversation is. It's all about me being vulnerable, me expressing to you guys how I'm feeling, seeing maybe if some of you guys are feeling the same way, and just being more relatable, in terms of how I show up. And so that's what I've learned in that boot camp. It was for 5 days. It was taught by Dominique Murphy. She is a three-time Emmy Award-winning storyteller. She really helps people craft their stories and hone in on how they show up in the world and how they tell their message. And it's been such an amazing experience. Like it really has, being able to do that boot camp with her and to be able to be in that group with those other people. Let me get more sip. You know how guys. Come on, you know how I love my coffee. And being able to be in that conversation and be a part of um her boot camp. And it was just such a fun experience. And I would advise anyone to always invest in yourself. Take time to invest in yourself. Take time to build your craft, hone in on your craft, and know how to tell your story, because there's a story behind everything we do. There's a why behind everything we do, right? And so I really wanted to get more into, my story, tell my why, talk about, just why, what am I doing on social media? What's my end goal? And so for me, of course, now, I'm launching digital courses to really help other people build their brand just the way I did it, which is DIY style. That's why I call it DIY social media. And because I was that person that couldn't afford to hire content creators or um, photographers. Like I don't have a team of people that help me do this stuff. I really just do this myself. The only person that I hire, contract out, is my video editing guy. And that's it. That's the only person I contract out. And so everything else I do myself. Everything else I try to do myself. I'm sorry guys, my dog is looking at me like he really wants to go out and I'm gonna have to take him out in a minute. So this is gonna be a short video. So I've been just doing everything myself and it's been going well for me. I can't even complain about it. But just being able to craft my story. So that's what I've been thinking about a lot lately in terms of where do I really want my brand to go? Where do I really see my brand going and me building this brand? I launched my exit strategy, and I said August is my date. And right now it's June. August is really coming up and I haven't launched my courses yet. So now I'm beginning to think to myself, okay, am I gonna have to push my exit strategy back? Am I gonna have to say, okay, maybe not beginning of August, maybe end of August, maybe early September? And I've been thinking about it and like, man, I don't put it out there that I'm gonna, August will be my end date, and now I feel crazy that I have to put another video out there and say, hey, you know what, guys, I have to push it back. But at the end of the day, I feel like, you know what, so what, you just do. You have to make sure you have everything in place to get to where you want to be. You're working consistently on this brand. It is definitely growing. It's definitely moving. Now you have to be in the monetized stage of this brand. And so that's where I'm launching my courses and other things that I'm doing, and affiliate links and programs and stuff like that, because I'm more leaning towards being into monetization. And so in order to be in that space, it takes some things from me that I have to do. And so that's what I've been focusing on and that's what I've been doing. But I just been feeling a little crazy, like, oh my God, am I gonna have to push my exit strategy back? And I'm like, oh, I think I am. Should I feel crazy for feeling that way? Like, I don't want to feel like I failed at something almost. And so I've been struggling with that. And I'm just like, well, I didn't fail at anything because I'm still working hard at it. I'm still working towards it. So I'm not failing. I'm just, it's just going to take a little bit longer than I expected. And so, but the point of the matter, I said, you know what? Because we're our worst critics, right? We are our worst critics. And so all I know is that I said, you know what? It doesn't matter as long as you stay course, because although August is around the corner, you never know what can happen next week. You don't know what can happen in July. You don't know what can happen at the beginning of August, and the end of August could be your actual end date. So it's like I'm still staying positive, guys. I'm still staying positive. I'm still staying on course. But I wanted to share that with you guys because I wanted to be open in this conversation, and I always want to, because if I'm not going to be open, then what am I doing this for, right? So this is like my own little vlog that I can go back and look on when I'm at that level that I see myself at, and I can go back and look at these videos and say to myself, "Wow, I did that." I may have had a setback, but I did that. I didn't let my setback stop me. My setback is my comeback. So I'm like, I did that, and I'm gonna keep going forward with that. And so that's how I feel right now. Like, I gotta keep moving forward. I gotta keep going no matter what. And I'm just grateful that I could come on here real quick and just have this really quick conversation with you guys about that, about just how I've been feeling crazy. But at the end of the day, I have to do what's best, and I have to just continue to move forward no matter what. I have to continue to move forward. So I'm still excited about that. I know my exit strategy is in place, and that I know I'm setting things up, but I know I have to have certain things in place before I can make that jump. Because it's a scary thing, to leave my job. And I'm like, I have to have income to compensate that, right? I can't just jump out there with no job and be like, all right, honey, it's all on you. Good luck to you. I can't do that. I have to make sure that I'm able to bring something in, because we help each other. I'm his helpmate, and we are here to help one another. And I want to make sure that I'm able to do that for him, and I'm able to be there. Sorry guys, I gotta get my hat correct. And I'm able to be there for him, and I'm able to be there for this family. So that's what I'm thinking about right now. But I'm really on a high right now, because that whole media mastery speak up boot camp has really gave me so much it's added so much value to me. Being able to be confident speaker, because I do struggle with being confident in speaking. I do these videos, but this is just a video. You know what I mean? Nobody is there looking back at me and responding. So that's what Clubhouse has done for me. Clubhouse has actually made me a lot more confident when it comes to speaking in public, because it forces you to be on a stage and speak in front of so many people. And I was so nervous about that. But now I'm like, I'm hosting my own rooms. And this week, guys, on Clubhouse, I'm hosting a room called How to Show Authentically on Social Media. And I think it's going to be a really good conversation that I think a lot of people need to hear. And so I'm grateful for it. And I'm grateful that you see, anything you want to get better at, you have to practice. And if I want to get better, and I keep saying to myself, if I want to get better at being a public speaker, I have to practice it. And me doing these rooms and me being on Clubhouse is me practicing being better at speaking in public and being able to tell my story. And my story doesn't have to be perfect. Like, I'm not trying to be no perfect being, because I'm not. And I'm not trying to show perfection to nobody and nowhere. Trust me when I tell you. But all I'm trying to do is be authentically myself, and to share you guys with some of my feelings that I'm having, and how I'm feeling about this moving forward with my exit strategy, moving forward with just building this brand. And I'm excited. I'm truly excited about where I see it going. So I don't look at me having to say, hey, I might be a few more weeks until August before I see myself actually moving from my job to my business. But the goal is that is the goal. The goal is that I will be exiting my job and moving forward into entrepreneurship. That is the goal. And we cannot be connected to what it looks like. Because although I said August myself, God is probably saying, hey, I need you to plan this out a little bit more. I need you to do a few more things, and then that way you can move. So I do know overall that this will be the last year I'm working for corporate America. That I do know. That I can promise you. So I'm excited. I just want to come on and share that with you guys. Listen, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me with Coffee and Conversations. I know this is a short one, but I have to get to this dog because I don't want him to pee in the house, so I have to go and take him out. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up as usual. Also, drop the comments below. Let me know how your week has been. What are some of your highs? What are some of your lows? And how we can get through it together. And also, if you want more from me, you have to be a member of this channel. You have to subscribe. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, so you know when I'm uploading videos, which I do every week on so many different things that can truly be valuable to your life. So once again, guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time on Coffee and Conversations.